Consciousness. I'm delighted to welcome
Swamy Tureya. He is the founder of European Yoga Therapists Federation, which is a private charitable organization to promote and research yoga therapy. He was also behind the creation of famous Yoga Research Center of Madura College, Madurai. He has customized and devised courses on yoga therapy at university level. He has trained more than 7,000 students in yoga therapy. After his 15 years of yoga therapy teaching in academic institutions, he founded the Tureya Ashram in Western Ghats of South India and trained international university students from all over the world in yoga therapy and yoga psychology. Under his guidance, Yoga Psychology magazine was published. Some of his students are practicing and working as yoga psychologists in US and in Europe. Swamiji is a firm believer of Guru Parampara tradition and science behind yoga practices. The yoga knowledge of Swamiji was influenced by the teachers like Maharishi Aruna, Yog Ratna Padma, Swami Niranjan, and Swami Shiva Yogam. Swamiji, in collaboration with mental health institutions of South India, has designed yoga-based intervention techniques for differently abled children in schools and schizophrenia management centers. Swamiji is the academic and yoga consultant for a number of mental health institutions in Tamil Nadu. Swamiji has authored a number of books and has presented selected papers on yoga therapy and yoga psychology. His major publications include Administration of Yoga Therapy Modules, Yoga Therapy Diabetic Management, Yoga Psychology Diagnostic, Yoga Psychology Lessons.
Namaste, Om Namah Shivaya. And my topic for the day is how to deal with the shame. And today I'm going to talk about from the yoga psychological perspective of how we can manage the shame. I would like to thank Dr. Vikramji for organizing such an amazing event. And people are going to have a Christmas holidays very soon in Europe. I'm talking from Belgium, and I realize that people are going for more kind of meditative mode because soon Christmas holidays are going to come and people are getting ready for that to be more meditative in a mode. And so it's ideal time to think about our life and ideal time to do some kind of a retrospection about what we have done all these years and what we have done the whole year with us. So one of the things that I come across recently is shaming. Like the shaming is getting more popular in everywhere, like a body shaming, racial shaming, financial shaming. Like so much of shaming. Shaming is you hear about like how people are shaming others and how people are feeling ashamed of what they do and how they feel. And so regarding this, so Vikramji was talking about and how yoga can help the people actually. So I'm going to give a brief, because of the time factor, I'm going to give you a brief thing about how yoga psychology helps to come over the shame. So what is actually the shame? Like the shame is kind of adaptive situation where you adapt. It's called, in a scientific term or in psychological term, it is called as adaptive challenges. So how you adapt to a situation, how your body adapts to a situation, and how you express your emotion and how you express yourself, that is important. So when you are a shame prone person, or when you are affected by the shame, your response to the situation, your response to your body, and your response to the way you think is totally different than a normal person. So that is why shame considered as a little bit in a psychological terms or psychological way, same disorders. They call that a same disorder. Why they call shame as a disorder? Because the shame can change your biology. The shame can change your way you look at things. The shame can literally change your whole personality. So here, what kind of a damage the shame is doing to us is shame can be sometimes psychological impact, can have a psychological impact, and shame also have physiological impact. Because shame produces some kind of a maladaptive responses. In a traditional way, same the scientific reports and scientific studies are saying that women are more prone to shame, and young adolescents are more prone to shame than other little man or other people. Why? Because we are always living with the concept of perfection. So when you all go as a woman, as a man, we always wanted to do things perfect, and everything has to be perfect in our life. So we are not able to adjust ourselves to give a right response to a situation. And then what happens is we constantly produce negative stimulus in our body and in our mind, which damages the very personality of us. So shame, first of all, when the first impact of the shame is that you begin to perceive yourself negatively and you respond to others also negatively. In such a situation, what happens is that when you are feeling shameful for a long period of time, over a long period of time and a long duration, what happens is that those responses, sometimes those responses are so negative that they get crystallized in your body and in your mind. So yoga says when you are doing a sadhana, you are going towards more freedom. In this case, when the same responses you are experiencing it for so long and for so like so always you think about the same thing, what happens is that you, instead of going towards liberation, you are going towards more kind of a slavery. So what happens is when you are a slave for too long, you cannot enjoy the freedom anymore. That is the reason yoga comes to rescue. Here yoga says we have to live a life like a water and the lotus leaf. So the lotus leaf, even though stays under the water, but it never gets wet. Why it never gets wet? Because the lotus fruit, the lotus flower has developed kind of a strategy to live in a murky world with the dirty water, world with the dirty emotion, world around all the negative things. It learned to disassociate itself. So here, yoga psychology, based on Vedas and based on all other yoga knowledge, which is gathered from for more than thousands of years, as a unique wisdom, it offers how to deal with shame. So when you are having a shame, basically you are building and some kind of a negative atmosphere around you. So psychologists are saying that if you experience shame for too long, you begin to develop OCD complexes. So we call them as obsessive compulsive disorders. So if you keep on do it over a period of time, you develop so much of complexes around you. So how actually yoga comes here? The yoga psychology is it's a very old study developed by the rishis and the Ved and all the Veda seekers and the Vedic scholars. They're coming with a unique perspective. So what is that perspective about how to come out of shame, how to have a free life? See, I cannot live like this for anymore. I have lived like this for a long period of time. So I cannot live like this anymore. So how yoga can help me to come out of my shameful house or a shameful structure to have a experience the freedom and experience the bliss and experience happiness, so that I can be radiating happiness not only to me, to other people also. So here yoga psychology has a unique perspective. What yoga psychology says is that the body is the city of Brahman. So you cannot damage the city of the Brahman, because the Brahman, wherever Brahman lives, there is happiness lives, there is light lives, and the radiation, you are radiating love and affection towards others. So how can I come out of this shameful things? There is simple technique. Yoga says neti meditation, which is derived from the Upanishad, and Swami Adi Shankara has given this technique to people to come out of shameful experience. What is this neti meditation? Is I am not this, I am not that. My shame is not, I am not my shame. I am not my negative feelings. I am not my negative experience. I am, the Brahman is living inside me. I am Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. So that is important lesson that we are today. You have to learn that you are the abode of Brahman. You are the city of the Brahman. Your negative experiences are not your negative experiences. The negative experiences are the experience of this body that we carry. The negative experience cannot damage your Atman. The negative experience cannot damage inside who we are. So I would suggest you all, to those who experience shameful conditions, or those who feel shame about what happened in their life, what is going to happen in their life, you don't have to live a life of shamefulness anymore. Just practice this meditation. Go to a guru or a swami or somebody who is trained well enough to deal with negative emotions, like who can teach you how to meditate this neti meditation, because that is an important technique. If you practice the technique for a while, you will really experience freedom. And also, I would suggest you to read the book by Dr. Vikram Ji. He recently wrote a book. I read the book. It was a wonderful book, and it's an amazing book about how to live a life like Lord Krishna has lived. In that book, Lord Krishna advises Arjuna how to stay clear, how to say positive in all the situations we experience in our life. Maybe I would advise you to read that book also, so you will have more information and how to deal with your life and how to have a more positive energy too. And another thing I would request you to do is read the Brihadaranya Upanishad, which talks about human conditions, which talks about human mind, how human mind is pure, how human soul is pure, how experience are influencing our emotions, how experience are influencing our perception. Those things, the Brihadaranya Upanishad, which is like more than 1,000 years old, 800 years old, I don't know. Yeah, not sure about it, but it gives amazing wisdom on human self. By reading that, you will have wonderful experiences. We don't have to live the life of shamefulness anymore, because shame literally destroys you. So my guru always used to say to me when I was a student of him, yeah, you have to search the things that what builds you up, what makes you free, and what makes you happy, what gives you the freedom in your mind, in your body. And the yoga sadhana, like other speakers have said, that it's a great tool to experience, to feel, and to make your life great. And I wish you all happy, wonderful New Year. In the New Year, I hope you can find your freedom and you can have a great life. I advise you to follow the sadhana, yoga sadhana, so that you can have a happy life, not only for you, for everyone around you. Namaste.
Namaste, dear Swamiji. Thank you very much for this deep talk on a very important matter of shame. You rightly said that shame produces maladaptive responses. It is a disorder. I was very touched when you mentioned the deeper aspect that it can impact on the psychology, physiology, biology of the person also. And if it remains for a long time, it can convert into OCD also. And then you, as a solution, you made us realize that this body is the city of Brahman and we should not damage it. For that, you suggested neti meditation by Adi Shankaracharya and reaching to the realization of Aham Brahmasmi in that meditation again and again. You also suggested audience to read Bhagavad Gita and Vrihadaranyaka Upanishad. I'm sure the message that you have sent to us from Belgium would have reached to the audience and would have benefited them and given them new dimensions and methods to think and to live their life. Thank you very much for blessing us, Swamiji.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
On behalf of United Consciousness, I thank
Swamy Tureya
for coming onto the platform of United Consciousness. Thank you so much.